Hey, welcome back to Champion Football. This is second last episode.
Yes.
Potentially last episode that are in finals next week. So one more guest next week. Chaz and I are joined today by legendary NPL player George Issa.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Good mate, good to get you on, man. What's that, still Granville Trackie on, mate? Never took that off in 25 years.
What was that, sorry?
The Granville Trackie?
Yes,
never took off in 25 years.
Yes, mate. Yeah, good club to be a part of, and privileged to be there.
Yeah, class, mate. Brilliant. Well, before we get into the games and the points of the weekend, we'll talk about the Premiership football.
Yes.
Who do you support?
I follow the league. I don't follow a team in particular, but if you were to say Man City.
Man
so
City.
yeah, I follow the league, but yeah.
Do you have a team outside? Do you have a team outside of the Premier League?
Not so much.
No. Who you Tottenham?
Tottenham, just because of
Did
that.
you watch? Did you watch Tottenham?
Aye, they battered Leicester in the first half, man.
Aye, second half. Did you see Vardy winding him up?
Aye, that was good. That.
Did you see that? Jimmy Vardy was getting pelters off the Tottenham fans. But then when he was coming off, he was just pointed to the fact that they've won one trophy. It was a decent banter.
Good banter.
Decent banter, aye. There was also Real Madrid game, did you see that? 1-1?
Nah, I didn't see it.
They drew in Mallorca, I think. that was the first game. They had obviously Mbappe, Vinicius and
Bellingham.
Valverde. Souped up team. They drew 1-1. Didn't see the highlights, so.
Nah, I've not seen it. And then Barcelona won, didn't they? 2-1.
Barcelona 1-1.
Lewandowski,
2
twice.
But good game.
Was it 2 pens?
No, sorry. Second one was a pin.
Right.
But Sorry, it was a good game. Valencia, obviously Mestalla, good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Good to get that. It's brilliant to wake up on the weekends and watch all the highlights, isn't it?
It is. It's good to be back and just have normal football. NPL.
That's it done, aye. So we'll go on NPL. Final round, like we said, there was a few things that had to be wrapped up from round 28, and pretty much, I wouldn't say most leagues are done yet, still a few bits to go, but we're pretty much certain on who's top two, who's going to be in relegation battle in the last game. So starting with NPL 1, we had, obviously, congratulations to Rockdale.
Yeah.
Rockdale won the league. Chaz has been backing them all year, hasn't he, mate?
Aye, so strong biggest supporter.
Chaz has been pitting for that.
Yeah, they've done. I actually thought I was in the league in Rockdale for a wee bit.
Rockdale's done too good. They've done well this year.
They've deserved it, mate. They've deserved it. Fair play to Marconi for a right good run at the end.
Absolutely.
Interesting, but Rockdale been a better team, most consistent.
I was hoping that Marconi got it over the line for Flea and Saka, but I think the well-deserving team, Rockdale, got it done over the line.
Yeah.
So. After 29, 30 games, if you've won more than everyone else, you definitely deserve it.
Yeah.
100%, aye. They've done well. So they're decent season. World Cup final, won the league, obviously they're in finals, and then the last, 32, the Australia Cup.
Yeah, that's true.
Well done.
Decent season, quality for them. So well done to Rockdale. They played against Sydney FC, but it was obviously wrapped up before them in the Marconi Blacktown game. So maybe just start with the Marconi Blacktown game. Disappointing for Marconi, but always going to be a tough game against Blacktown. I only seen the highlights of that game. Plenty of chances from both sides.
That Prendergast getting team of the week, he made a lot of big saves.
That was
Because you're looking at Marconi having to win, obviously, to keep themselves in with a chance. But Blacktown were obviously just took their chances.
It was a good game. Again, a few people who I was at the game said to me it wasn't actually the best game to watch, but from the highlights I looked at pretty much end to end. Did you see the bit at the end of the game with Franco Maya? See what happened?
I didn't get it.
Nah. Oh, did he get sent off?
Aye, so it basically what happened was, so without knowing the context to it, he kicks the ball away, I believe. Free kick comes, the ball, and the referee's like, what are you doing? Ball comes back, he just kicks it away again.
Aye.
But they're losing 2-1, it's the 92nd minute. So everyone on the pitch is like, what are you doing? Fucking doing? 2-1. Or everyone on the pitch, the Blacktown players pretty much are like, what the fuck? The referee's like, get a grip, just kick the ball away. So he gets his second yellow, he gets sent off, goes off the pitch, high five Seka.
I saw it, because he was almost getting pulled back a wee bit, as if somebody was giving him a wee bit.
I think Travis Major and him were having a bit of banter between each other. But obviously tactically, I think he was on 7 yellows, and if you get another yellow,
missed 2 games.
But it doesn't roll into finals. So basically, if he got 1 yellow, he'd went on to 8 games, and then it'd have been 2 game ban. It's 8 games. So he'd have been missed the first round of the finals. But if you get a red, it's 1 game ban, So he misses next weekend, it'll reset.
So it was quite clever.
Aye, done well. But he listened to the 92nd minute.
Right, okay.
So obviously at the time watching it, you're like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Aye, because I actually wrote here, I was stupid. Because I'm looking at it thinking, like, what are you doing?
Aye, but I mean, playing a game, fair play, tactical. Well, again, Marconi had a great second half of the season, but just not enough.
Just fell short.
Just fell short. And then looking at the Rockdale game, Rockdale Sydney FC, Bay told me it wasn't their DNA to rest any players, but it looked like they rested a couple of players. But they still managed to get the win done. Sydney FC did have a few big chances to be fair. Keep a fair play to
Rizzo.
Great save in the second half.
He played, it made a triple save at one point. I think the third one has just got up and it's hit him.
They almost equalised the last minute too with the free kick.
That
That
was an absolute crack. That was Kucharski. Aye. What a free kick that was. But I thought, fair play. Rizzo obviously, if you were losing his spot halfway through the season, phenomenal performance. And then I think Euro came off the bench and then set up Bay came off the bench as well. And then they got the rebound goal. But good win for them from the scenes on the Sunday night or the Saturday night. Saturday night, they must have been, a few of them are probably a little bit dusty as well.
Definitely. Rightly so.
Fair play to them, man. Brilliant. And then we looked at the probably finals is the next important thing in NPL 1. St George City are in the mix. Obviously we know Appia locked in, Blacktown City's locked in.
St George City locked in?
I know, but it wasn't until that weekend.
Until the weekend.
But Appia and Blacktown are already locked in, as were Marconi and Rockdale. So then St George City, Wollongong Wolves, Sydney United. Is that only three?
That's only three.
Who were fighting for it at that point, is that right? I guess in Olympic were out. Aye, so obviously games, Sydney United played Manly at the same time, Wolves played Spirit, and then St George City were playing against Sutherland, which was a really important game for both sides, with Sutherland pretty much having to win. But get something for the game at least. But St George City did get the goal, funny goal, I'm not too sure what this, people just put it down as an own goal for Stamatelis, but it looked like a hit.
Aye, it was no one need it. They don't know if it's went in off the St George player or the Sutherland player. But it didn't look like a great game from the highlights. No, Jamie Gowns hit the bar, it's a good strike to be fair.
He's done well for them this year, Jamie Gowns. But Sutherland still in their hands, is that right?
It's still in their hands if they win.
So what's Sutherland's points?
Sutherland and Sydney FC have both got 26 points. Central Coast Mariners have got 28 points. So Central Coast can finish second.
What's Hills on?
24.
So Hills can still get out bottom?
Yes, they can. They can if they win.
I think have they not got
Blacktown?
Blacktown, aye. That'll be a tough game.
That will be a tough game. The only thing is...
They're playing at home, effectively.
But the only thing is with the finals, the first round being on Wednesday night, that's whether or not Blacktown play their strongest team.
On their DNA, mate.
Because they're joint with Appia on 54 points, but Appia have got a better goal difference, so Appia are third currently. So it's really whether you want to play St George City or whoever finishes sixth.
Aye. Well, it's going to go down the wire anyway. I can't remember the fixtures. I can't see Hills beating Blacktown City.
I know, I can't.
I mean, like you said, there's a few tweaks there. Obviously, they play a weekend team, like when Sydney FC versus Appia.
Yeah.
You seen what happened there.
So that's the games. Rockdale play Central Coast Mariners, so you're looking at Rockdale likely winning. Sutherland have played...
I don't know, but Rockdale's tough, man. Like, as you said, the finals are on Wednesday. Like,
Rockdale don't have a game on Wednesday. They missed that first round.
That's true.
So it's probably good for them to play their strongest team to just get minutes in the legs before the following week.
Yeah, that's true. Central Coast have been pretty good this second half of the season. Yeah, they've been probably one of the better. It's terrible to say they've been better in form because they're nearly bottom of the league, but they compared to the first half of the season,
been a lot better.
They've been a lot better. Last 10 games, I would say, and what's the other game? St George.
Yeah, this is quite an interesting game. This City United St George City.
No, because Wolves need to win, and then they need.
And Sydney United need to lose. But if Sydney United beat St George, they jump spots.
Right, okay. So that's not. So the finals is probably the most. It looks like Hills and somebody else is going down.
Definitely.
And then, not going down. Sorry, in that relegation sort of 2-spot place.
So then you've got Sydney FC play against Olympic.
It's looking pretty likely that it's going to be 2 A-League teams in the final for NPL 2, NPL 1, like Central Coast versus Hill versus
Bulls.
Versus Bulls.
Yeah, or Sydney FC versus Bulls. Or Sutherland, obviously, they could fall in if they lose to St George and Sydney FC get anything from Olympic.
You've got to fancy Sutherland. St George have just kept himself up.
Yeah.
in Sutherlandshire. Well, it'll be a good game. It's good to see that it's going right to the very last game of the season anyway. Southampton at the weekend, we had Manly, massive result for Manly, fair play, they secured themselves with a brilliant 2-0 win against Sydney United away from home on a Sunday at Densers, never easy. Yeah. But big winner, but Sydney United are still comfortable to get to the top 6, just need 1 point and that's them got a place in the finals, which to be fair is a half decent season considering they had a very slow start. But they've managed to get themselves in a solid position, and I think if you asked them before the season would have took a finals position.
They would have.
They would have took it. Obviously they'd say they want to win the league, but it was always going to be a tough ask. Olympic, decent win, expected win against a young Wanderers side.
They've really struggled this second half of the season, man.
Aye. Probably the biggest thing in that game was Ollie Pufflett's goal. He scored a double, obviously. Second one, not quite as good as the first, but
the first goal was an absolute screamer. Like contender for goal of the season.
It was a cracker goal.
What else is contender for it?
Can't remember. I need to go back and look. I like the
Mallia's free kick was a cracker.
Mallia's free kick. That's what I was going to say.
Who scored the? Was it Hatch's volley? No, who scored the volley?
Bailey Rule
scored the volley.
City United. Because we actually said that week of the free kick
that beat Mallia's.
Aye.
Oh, that was you
and Jake. They get voted. Jake True.
So it was you and Jake, but Jake True's his mate.
That's true.
Aye. Don't know about that one. And then there's been a few cracking goals to be fair. Quite a few. I can't remember off the top of my head. I need to look
we'll
back.
Go through them,
We'll go through them and have a look. But yeah, it was definitely outside of the foot.
Oh, great striking. It's so casual. Like it didn't look like he tried to smash it. He's literally just top in, no problem. See you later, guys.
That was a screamer, man.
Wolves, you boys away at Wolves on a Sunday. How was that?
Really nice drives into Wollongong. Really good, man. I like it when it gets to like Saturday, Sunday morning, you've woke up, you've chilled out, and you're like, what will I do today? And you go, that's right. I need to drive to Wollongong. Right, middle of the day. Ideal. To be fair, it was actually a decent day. It was a decent, like it was a funny game. Like Wolves obviously were trying to get, they sort of needed a win.
Yeah.
They needed something from the game. I don't think a point's a great result for them.
It's definitely not a great result.
The sort of feedback I heard, mumblings around from their coaching staff and that, they seemed to be pretty content with a point. I think actually a point's okay, that was one of the comments we heard, but I thought they had to win, really, to give myself a right good chance, especially with Sydney United playing St George.
If Sydney United win next week, then they're secure. Wolves can't catch Sydney United.
To be fair, the game itself was, we played it at South Coast. What's it called?
It looked quite nice. Ian McClellan.
Ian McClellan, synthetic.
Oh, it looked nice.
Nah, it's that old synthetic.
Oh, okay.
It was alright. It was fine. Probably better than was it Albert Butler?
Yeah.
Aye. Probably better than that, to be fair, but not as nice as one stadium.
Yeah.
But it was I think a draw was a fair result, mate. It was an itchy-pitchy game. We probably had the better of the chances the first half. They had a couple of good chances as well, to be fair, but I think we probably had the better chances first half. Then second half, most of the games played in our half without them creating a ton. They had one decent chance, Hernandez volley. But apart from that, a draw was probably fair. Chris McStay was really good for them. He stood out a fair bit. But apart from that, it was it actually seemed like a game like nobody was playing for anything. That's what it felt like. But that's what it is. And then Apia scudded Hills 4-1. Disappointing result for Hills. I actually haven't seen that game, so Chaz, maybe if you did you see it?
It looked really comfortable for Apia. Hills I think it was 2-0 when they got a player sent off. The boy's been booked and he's walking away from the referee. And he just must have said, just kept chatting at the referee and get a second yell and get sent off.
What was the score when he got sent off?
2-0.
I wasn't 2-0.
Because the boys around him were all like, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean?
He's quite an experienced player as well.
So
of course,
but that goes into the last game of the season, and Hills are dependent on results to not finish bottom and come straight back down.
Yeah,
and as you say, it's even if they beat Blacktown, if Sydney FC and Sutherland get points, they're done. Still,
it's going to be tough for Hills. I can't see them going up, to be honest with you, but you never know. Since of course St George's game on that brand new synthetic, brand new pitch. Aye.
That's such a shame, man.
The groundsman needs to be up there, man.
Like, what do you do? Like, looking at it from the keeper's point of view, that's a disaster.
Can't do it. There's nothing you can do.
I know.
There's nothing you can do. To be fair though, not a great pass back. Central to the goal, quite close. If you only pass it back from it, like keeper should be at an angle or try to play at an angle. So if he does miss it, it's going out the pitch. it was a bit of a, like, I felt for the goalkeeper.
Aye, I really felt for the goalkeeper, obviously.
I do as well.
Being a
It's a tough
goalkeeper,
one.
it's tough, man. Because it wasn't even a little bobble.
Oh, it's massive. Car as well, man. It's a big game.
I know, because St George never had a shot
I
on
was going to say,
goal.
Central Coast looked like a better team.
St George didn't have a shot on goal in the first half.
I love the celebrations when it went in as well. St George since got good it was a shame, but that's what it happens.
Did you see the yellow card, the red card as well? For Central Coast. Rocco Smith got a straight red, last man foul. It was deemed.
Second half.
Aye.
I watched the game on Saturday night. I can't really remember that.
It was quite a wide area, closer to the touchline than the centre of the pitch. And he must have been in line with the central defender that's making the recovery run. And he brings the player down and he gets a straight red for last man. And like from the video, it looked really harsh. Really, really harsh.
There's a lot of red cards at the weekend.
Well, it was 3 in NPL 1, aye.
It was 4. There was not 4 in NPL 1.
Oh, 4, aye. Petkovsky.
And there was 1 in
Wanderers
NPL 2.
game. Who gets it on?
Inter-Lions game, I think. Inter-Lions game was a red card.
Aye, I'll have it here somewhere.
But aye, there's a lot of red cards, man, aye. And that's pretty much NPL 1 in a nutshell. So really, like the Rockdale champions, we would call them definitely champions. I know it's a whole...
Minor premiers?
I hate that. But champions, best team of the year. See how they go in finals. Obviously, there'll be a big prize there as well for whoever wins that. But fair play to Rockdale. And then Hills, Sydney FC and Sutherland Sharks all fighting to stay in the league for this year. Are Central Coast not safe?
No, Central Coast can finish second bottom and go into that playoff.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well there you go. And then St George City, Wolves and Sydney United all going for the finals, last final spot. And then we'll see who... And there's still a bit of movement, obviously. The third and fourth place with Appy and Blacktown, they're both on 54. To see who plays who in the finals as well.
Who would you rather play? Like, see you were in if you finished, would you rather St George City or Sydney United at home?
St George City.
So you would be very beneficial to try and finish.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think there's much between. I mean, say it would just be Blacktown all week there. But I don't think there's a ton between. Don't think there's a ton between Apia, Rockdale, and Marconi. I don't think there's a ton between St George City, Sydney United, and Wolves. Blacktown City's a funny one. They're good, they're very good, but they're a wee bit inconsistent. Well, I'd say Blacktown's the same, top 4. There's not a ton between them.
Yeah.
And then the next 3, 4, next 3, I think Olympic and Wolves aren't as good as
United.
Sydney United, in my opinion. Well, St George City have been a funny team as well. I don't know, it's a fucking mental league. Do you probably think the NPL 3 is the same and NPL 2 is the same?
It's the same.
It's just, again, outside of that Rockdale, Marconi, Apia, Blacktown, I just feel like any week
anyone can win.
Anyone can win, aye. And like I said, we did beat Blacktown, and all teams have beat, like Sydney FC beat Apia and blah blah blah.
Anyone can beat anyone on the day.
Yeah. I think over the course of the year, that top 4 seem to be the most consistent. Outside of that, I think it's minimal, really. It's usually a player or two, like they've got 1 or 2 really standout players.
Like O'Donovan.
Tell me, O'Donovan, Afuka, like those standout players who are the X factor.
Yeah, fair.
That's my opinion anyway. And then talk about the fixtures.
It was just about the finals, but we've already covered it. I just thought it was I thought it was weird to put the finals on a Wednesday. Like, obviously, it confirmed yesterday. Putting the first leg on a Wednesday, as we said, games are all on Sunday. So you're looking at your Blacktowns and the Blacktown play Hills, and are you thinking about the playoffs 3 days later and not playing your strongest team against Hills, which could then potentially give them a chance not to finish bottom and shaft other teams?
But it sort of goes against the whole idea that the minor premiership is just the minor premiership and then finals is this big event, because you're then going, we'll just stick it on a Wednesday night, like a wee side piece.
Aye.
For me, if it's going to be the main event, it should be the weekend.
Definitely.
I agree, yeah.
Should be the weekend. Players should be working all day, looking forward to the finals this weekend.
Aye.
Not finishing work, shattered.
Absolutely, and how are you going to get the fans coming in to watch the game on a Wednesday night? You know,
100%.
come a weekend, you got families, you got people where Wednesday night they got work the next day.
Yeah, definitely. And it was the same as obviously we spoke about the Waratah Cup final being on a Wednesday. They had the Sapphire Cup final last night.
Oh, who won?
Northern Tigers beat Sydney Uni 2-1. So well done, Tigers women, for winning the Sapphire Cup. But it's just strange having big games midweek. I just don't think it's really suited for it.
That's crap. I don't know the behind the scenes, but it feels like the end of the season's coming a bit of a rush. Just sort of getting squashed together. World Cup midweek, finals midweek.
Yeah.
I don't know,
And
bizarre.
you just hope that it doesn't have a big say on, as I said, if Hills beat Blacktown because Blacktown are playing a weakened team, I think that's like
Well, I told
chaos.
you. In fact, I'll just say it, but victory, obviously we played Victory, we won Victory on Wednesday, and we play Appy on Sunday.
Yeah.
In an ideal situation, Appy have got finals on Wednesday, we've got a cup, last 16, against one of the best A-League sides in the country on Wednesday. It'd make it ideally if we can play Saturday.
Yeah.
And both teams were happy to do that, but it wasn't allowed because, for whatever reason,
Yeah, see, that's a shambles.
it's
man.
daft. It's just daft.
Just give teams an opportunity, like,
I don't understand. The things that blow my mind, but
because then that's like you're going into a game on Sunday knowing you've got Melbourne Victory on Wednesday. That's obviously a big game. You're not going to play your strongest team as you would. Like if it was you had a week off or you had an extra day is massive.
and Appy will want to. In fact, this is the biggest part of the season. I think so.
Man.
It's
bizarre.
It is bizarre, aye. Okay, well, cool. NPL 2, massive
2.
game. It's turned into a bit of a fucking letdown.
Aye.
I know nothing about the game because there's no highlights or nothing of it.
Nah,
I don't know if you spoke to anyone, did you?
Yeah, I think those were the better of the two teams.
Oh, were they? Aye. You
Um,
speak to Craig?
yes. Actually, I spoke to Ollie Jones as well.
An all Bills player.
But the biggest chances, Andre Martins had an effort cleared off the line in the second half, and then Flynn Madden hit the post in the final minutes of the game.
Oh, did he?
Aye. Obviously, a win there for Bulls would have put it back in their hands, but now we're at a point where
I bet this cake's fucking brilliant.
I cut it into 3 in case you change your mind, George.
Oh no, I'm good. Thank you.
That's why you're still playing at 43, man.
Aye, Bulls need Dunbar to beat Mount Druitt to have any chance of topping the league, which is
And Nepean need Mount Druitt to beat Dunbar.
to make sure they
Dunbar and Nepean tied.
tied points.
And Bills are what, 3 point? What are the Bills?
3 points off.
And they better goal difference. Okay, and Bills need to win, obviously.
Yes, they
How do
do.
Bills play?
Bulls play. I actually think I should have wrote that down.
Oh, it's
Bulls play Hakoah. Big game. I say big game, but Hakoah are done. But
it'll be a hard game. It'll be. To me, if Mount Druitt win it, probably deserve one also.
Oh, definitely deserved. Definitely, they've been at the top of the league for the whole season.
Aye.
And they went the first 5-6 games. They didn't drop any points, and then they've just kind of kept on that. They've had some slip ups here and there.
And before that, but what about Bankstown City? You can tell us.
Mate,
Did you watch it?
no, I didn't. I spoke to my brother because obviously he's in Bankstown, so obviously they're carrying a fair few injuries.
Yeah.
I know they've done well to where they've come with the players that they've got. A lot of their big players are out, and whether commitments and whatever else, but yeah, it was just a very disappointing game and a result for them. You know, like they were so close to getting. They just had to keep winning to have a chance of any kind of playoff or any kind of promotion. So, unfortunately, you know, they didn't perform that game out at Spartans. It was always going to be a tough game on a Friday night.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just didn't show up. But you know, they've done well to be in the position they are. You know,
I was surprised because they're probably them and SD Raiders were the two most informed teams to that point. And I thought the momentum. I'm like, and once again, Bills and Mount Druitt dropped points again.
Yeah.
For like the 4th or 5th week in a row. If they'd won that game, man, fuck.
Yeah.
I had the fancy them to go up.
Yeah.
No,
To come second. Should I say?
Yeah, no, I was hoping they did get the result, you know, more for my brother's sake, but you know, obviously I've got a soft spot for Bankstown, but yeah.
Because that's it, you're looking at we spoke about this last week, in 15 games between Mount Druitt, Bulls and Hakoah, there's been 1 win.
That's fucking a joke.
Mental at this time of the season.
Absolutely. But again, it shows you why they're still top, because the inconsistency below them
Yeah.
is no snow been there.
And it's just, as you say, Bankstown were close because they were on such a good run.
They were. You know, they've done well, but We'll
No,
see what happens.
unfortunately, they'll be back in NPL to next
A
year.
good ending for Chris Payne if they'd got themselves in that playoffs, because he's done now after this season.
But he's chucked it.
Yeah, done.
How's
Youngish, I think, 29, 30.
Yeah.
what? And he's chucked it?
Yeah, he's not playing.
How come?
Don't know.
Does he live
Central Coast, I think he's
maybe
travelled.
I think family, and stuff,
family,
it's just that
kids.
kind of time, yeah.
Fuck, it's young, but 29.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but I'm sure it's about that.
Well, look at Bonnie, they have capitulated in recent years. What's happened to them? Chico 6-1.
6-1 we beat them.
Battled them, comfortable.
Yeah, 1990.
1990.
Oh, so 33.
He's definitely not that young. 33, 34.
Yeah. Bonnyrigg were they were poor, to be honest. They went 1-0 up from a set piece in the first half.
Keeper was pretty dodgy.
I should have came to the cross.
I'm not joking, I didn't
No,
know.
I should have. But to be honest, it was at this point of the year, going to play Bonnyrigg on the grass, it was horrible.
Oh, it was a bit poor, right?
You couldn't even see the lines on the pitch. Like, see, for me standing on the goal line, I didn't know where the edge of the box was. That you couldn't see it. So the pitch was a shambles. They went 1-0 up. Good header. As I said, I should have came. And then we've equalised maybe 2 or 3 minutes later. And we scored a second just before half time. And then went out in the second half and absolutely battered them. Just...
Aye, comfortable, but a bit of a bread rubber for both teams.
Aye.
That's the tricky thing this time of year, isn't it?
It is.
Well, again, the game just after you boys, who was the P and Dunbar. 1 each, a big game. Did the P go 1-0 up?
Dunbar went 1-0 up. 73rd minute, I think
And
it
he
was.
equalised shortly after?
2 minutes later.
Aye, okay.
73 as if no P, we're just waiting for Dunbar to
And that was a
score.
Valentine?
There was a Valentine.
That's crap as well, but innit?
That is, but then the...
Was your thought of you put a Valentine?
No, I don't.
Crap.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Crap, man.
But I think that's it's the grass pitches, isn't it? Like, at this point in the year, they
Nah, I
are
understand.
absolutely wrecked, and it's been pouring, so they moved it there quite early. And then, they went Dunbar 1-0 up, thought obviously maybe they're out of it, and the P equalised straight away.
So if Dunbar had beat them, they would still have to get something from Mount Drew, wouldn't they?
There would be 3 points clear if they'd beat
But who's got a better goal difference?
the P.
So the P would have to win.
The P would have had to win their game.
Okay, well, Dunbar's going to struggle, man. That's going to be tough.
It's going to be very tough. And
Against Mount Druitt.
I think the P play Ridomere, I think.
And Ridomere have been playing really well
Oh,
recently.
they've been flying.
They beat Esty Raiders, didn't they? 3-1. Ridomere, so Ridomere beat Esty Raiders, beat a team who's, what's 8 games in a row or
Yeah,
something?
they've been flying. Yeah.
3-1. So another, did Isaac score again?
No, he didn't.
No.
Robert Ermugo scored. He scored there.
He scored a few goals as well. He's done
a few
well.
weeks. By end to their winning streak for ST Raiders, Ridomere obviously seemed to have turned a corner.
I don't know what's changed.
We beat them 6-0
They
and then
dropped Tommy
Thomas Gattani, I put him on the bench and then started winning games. But since we beat them, they won the next game and that's been them since.
Just remember that I'm reading this sheet. What about Fornito's goal?
Oh my god. Did they see
Fornito's
that?
goal? Do you know Daniel Fornito?
No, I don't.
He's one of the. He's been playing for Dali for a while, but he's more of a futsal player. He's another side player who has just decided, fuck it, I'm just going to be class at futsal and just take 11s as it comes. But he's a right good player. He scores, I don't know what is it, 25-ish yards, 25-30 yards. But he hits the ball.
Quality.
I
Hits the ball hard.
I actually think that he kicks the ball harder than anyone else that I've played against. Like, see when we trained with him when we were at Dunbar?
Oh, Dunbar.
It was one of them that if he shot at training, I didn't want to save it, genuinely.
He
Just
scuds it,
because he hits it so hard and it's like, in a game you don't mind,
Yeah.
but at training you're thinking,
Aye,
I'm not
point.
getting smashed with this ball. But about 30 yards came
You
on.
see me jump out of the way quite a lot of shots.
Aye, was when that off. But with 30 yards, he stood up the defender, dropped his shoulder, cut it on his left foot, and smashed
Is that his first game back?
First game back, he came on as a sub. There was 2-2 each when he came on, and he scored the winner in the 89th minute.
He's a great player. He's one of those boys. I think if he took 11s this series, he took his futsal, he'd be playing NPL
Because he's in the futsal race, he plays nicely for the things. But he's a good player. Tigers, Hero got a lift from the podcast last week and helped Tigers beat Hakoah 3-0.
Hakoah, terrible.
Yeah. struggled.
But again, I suppose it's done, isn't it? They knew it was done.
I think that they've actually struggled for a wee while with injuries as well, Hukwa. People have not been training and just playing games. Just to
That's one of the hardest things in NPL, and especially June, July and August. People go away on holiday, injuries, especially NPL 2 and NPL 3. NPL 1's a little bit different. There's a lot of players on decent money.
Yeah.
I don't know if the contracts are written any differently, I don't know, but there's a lot of players that go to Europe because of the different cultural connotations in the clubs, and then you've got people who just, obviously because of lifestyle, get injured and things like that, man, so it's hard to keep your squad available. That's a tricky thing. But somebody's mentioned one of the earlier podcasts, it does come down to, again, if you're in the end of the season, say there's 6 games to go and you're sitting third top, Bankstown City, right, they're flying 5 weeks ago, they're winning games, fuck, Mountain Dew lost, Hako lost, we're catching them, you'd be a bit more keen to stay on and play, especially at the start, as opposed to we're sitting 9th, there's nothing to play for, the mates are going to Mykonos.
I'm going to
fuck it.
That's true, man.
I'll take my wages and just go to Mykonos.
And that's when you don't have, obviously it's been from the UK, for us it's the league winners is the big one. But if you've got finals, it gives you something to play for.
Absolutely.
And not having that in NPL 2 and NPL 3 will be a case of people
I don't know how we get finals back in NPL 2.
No, because of this playoff now, it's almost impossible.
It's a hard. The player's good.
Yeah, playoff is good, I agree completely.
But it's a big league.
I'd go two up, 2 down, third bottom, third top playoff.
There's 3 players. I don't think there's much between 3 and 3, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I think initially maybe, but then when they come up, they would sign other players,
100%.
depending on budget, etc. But I think we'll be alright. And then Rams versus Inter Lions. Know nothing about this game.
I know
whatsoever.
about this game. Rams were 3-1 up, after 20 minutes.
What?
3-1 up after 20 minutes, and then Alliance scored twice in the last 10.
I'm sure there's a red card in this game.
Well, let's check and see.
I'm pretty sure there's a red card in this game. On Football 24 there was a wee red marker next to it. I'm sure it was this game. Could be wrong, but
I think that, again, and Alliance are in the same kind of position as most teams in NPL 2 where they're not playing for anything. People are going away, there's like struggling squads, injuries, so they were, at that point, they were quite happy with that point.
Right, well, wrapping up NPL 2, Bankstown. Why have you wrote that? Bankstown away to Spartans?
That's just to ignore that bit, mate, don't worry.
Ignore this whole thing?
Aye.
Was that from last week?
That was from last week.
There's a, see if you see your top right of your keyboard, there's a delete button just there. Okay, right, we've got an NPL 3 correspondent, 25 years of expertise. So Newcastle Jets beat Fraser Park 5-3, so that's one more game and they are officially unbeaten, which I don't even, has that been done before in NPL football?
I don't think so.
I don't know. They are a top team. They're they deserve to go up. Good bunch of young kids there, so very sharp, and it'll be interesting to see how they go in the higher leagues. So.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how they go in this, because especially if there's another couple of A-League clubs in there as well. It'll be interesting. And then Bankstown United versus Parramatta 4-2. 2 goals from Mitch Cross, obviously. Yeah. Because that's what he does.
He's been on fire, Mitch Cross. He's a good bloke.
Tried to get on the podcast, but he refuses to take time off work. Shambles.
Yeah, no, it was nice. He came up to me when we beat them, and he actually gave me a hug, so it was good. Good of him, it was a good bloke.
Good on him, man, because that would have been a hard game for them.
Absolutely.
They obviously were giving Mounties the opportunity to sneak back into the pole position for second.
Yeah. And then Bankstown United, obviously, they're still in hunting, aren't they?
Well, if Mounties beat Parramatta, they're done.
So the Mounties beat Parramatta, because Mounties beat at West Hawks last night 4-0, or 2 days ago 4-0.
So then Bankstown United play South Coast Flames on Friday night.
So Bankstown United need their hands.
Yeah, they need to beat South Coast Flames, then they'll go back into second, but Mounties play
next day.
They've probably got a better
And what happens if Mounties draw?
If Mounties are 1 point clear, so if Mounties draw, Bankstown United will finish second if they beat.
So Mounties need to win. Cheeky.
Interesting.
It's interesting, right? Well, Central Coast United against Hustle Zagreb, not a ton to play for in that game. Zagreb ended Central Coast United's 5-game winning streak. Good win for them. And then Sydney United lost against Mounties. So Mounties played twice in the last 6 days.
Yeah.
7 goals. Beat West Hawks 4-0 on
Tuesday night.
And then beat Sydney United 3-1. Todd Rossi scored.
He was playing centre back.
Oh, was he? Aye.
Playing centre back, alley.
And Todd Rossi scored. I think he scored last week and this week.
Yeah.
I think he scored 2. And then Granville Rage lost to Prospect 4-2. 0-0 at half time.
Aye.
6 goals in the second half.
Aye. And then you've got the...
Anything's possible in NPL.
I know. That's wild.
It was 88th and 90th minutes. They scored. It was 2 each going into the 88th minute.
That's just complete tired legs, isn't it?
Aye. Joshua Jessup and Adam Filipponi scored 2 late goals for Prospect, and then Hawkesbury drew 3 each with South Coast Flames. South Coast were 3-1 up in the last 10 minutes, and Vincent D'Amelio scored twice for Hawkesbury in the 80th and 85th minute.
That's another stinking away game, Hawkesbury. What's the worst away games to go to in NPL, do you think, the whole of NPL? Not just distance, just do they think ground, like just the whole thing? Because obviously Sydney United playing a Sunday, that's a bit of a stinker.
Yeah.
Because it's a great stadium, great place, but it's a Sunday afternoon, bit of a stinker. Wolves play Sundays and Friday nights. And
Even Newcastle Jets Sunday night.
Oh, that's up
5
there.
PM as well.
That's definitely up there.
Tough one.
That's a top 3, definitely.
They're coming out of the league next year as well.
Camden away.
Yeah, that's us this Friday night. Shout out to them for changing their game. Appreciate it.
You should get your weekend, mate.
I do. Yeah. We look forward to coming there and having the last crack. So.
Camden away, and then so Camden away, Hawkesbury away.
Central Coast United is not nice.
Do they play Saturdays or Sundays?
Saturdays. 7 o'clock.
I think the Central Coast obviously isn't ideal, but comparing it to Newcastle Jets on a Sunday night,
at 5.
Central Coast Manors Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Like I think a Sunday is a killer.
That's
Especially
horrible.
Like it's not close to the only people it's close to is people in Central Coast.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's travelling.
Yeah.
But it's in their advantage, doesn't it, straight away?
Any other places that are shite to go to? Like even just ignore the location, just even like stadium pitch.
I think the Peen.
I've not played at the Peen.
The Peen's not nice.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stinker.
Yeah,
Cook Park.
Yeah, it's not nice.
What?
Even Mounties is the same, eh?
Yeah.
Mounties isn't ideal.
No.
I don't, but as much as the pitch at Bonnyrigg I don't like, but the setup's wonderful. See if their pitch was like, if they did something.
Bonnyrigg setup's. I remember Bonnyrigg, but they stitched us up massively. We had played 2 years ago, the year NPL 2 had 4 gone up, and it was. I think we had to win for whatever reason. I can't remember what the league worked. I think Northern Tigers and what tried to go against us. But anyway, before the game starts, I'm like to one of the lads and they're like, "Oh, where do we warm up, mate?" And he's like, "Oh, so look, obviously I'm facing the pitch talking to him and he turns around and points 360 in opposite direction. I was looking, it was night time, someone's looking at the abyss and I'm like, where? He's like, just beyond those car park, mate, there's a pitch. And I knew, obviously I drive past Bonnyrigg quite a lot, so I've seen the pitch, I know the pitch he's talking about. He's like, no, that grass pitch, just beyond that. And I'm like, what is that? And it was just this one security light, tiny dim security light, and it was basically a cow paddock.
Yeah.
He's like, just over there. So I'm laughing, I'm like, right, no worries, big one. So I'm walk over the warm up gear, and all the boys are in the changing room. But there's no one on the pitch at this point. So I'm like, boys are running, like, no worries, guys, absolutely stitching us up here. I'm like, no, that's where I get told to go. So then I'm like, to Perk, I'm like, this is a stitch up. He's like, no, I just spoke to the ref, apparently they're warming up down this way as well. I'm like, alright, fair dues. Gets to like fucking 25 minutes before kick off, thinking, there's no way they're warming up here. Danger. So anyway, the lads click on, they're like, they're not warming up here. It probably worked in our favour because they're like, no, fuck them.
Raging.
So then we go back, so we said, you know what, let's cut this, we'll do the warm up, and rather than going in and then going out with them, we'll just get changed and go straight on the pitch. So we've got ready quickly and ran on the pitch, and as we ran on the pitch, they've got some guys who work there trying to stop us on the pitch, but everyone just bombed past them like, fuck off, we're on this pitch. So we start warming up, they're kicking off a wee bit, trying to get us off the pitch. We're going back and forth for a bit of ding dong, and then our players just ignored them, just kept warming up, get a touch of the ball. See, you have to get a touch of the ball on the pitch, especially when you're on a completely different surface. So then the referees come on, and I think it was Jake Rose that came on, and he's like, seen all the commotion. He's, what's going on? And we told him, and to be fair to him, he says, take another couple of minutes, get yourself warmed up properly, which is good. So anyway, we scored in the 96th minute to win 1-0. Big celebrations, it was massive for our season. Then we came off the pitch, boys jump in the shower, freezing cold water, right? And
To stitch up.
I don't mind that. I just get back there, I'm laughing, I'm like, stitch this up a belter. So I went outside, and then someone's like, must be no hot water. And as I walk out the gym room, it was like, just steam coming out of the gym room. Wow, brilliant, man. The man's like,
Cut it off.
oh, I love it, man. I love that.
Yeah, that's where we warmed up at the weekend.
Aye.
Way down in that wee.
To be fair, mate, I don't mind it, 'cause like, I know here's not, it's similar a little bit, but in the UK, it was pretty typical where the away change room was tiny, and you wanted them to feel uncomfortable when you came to your ground, as opposed to make it nice and luscious. Like, mate, your changing room, amazing.
Yeah.
Give them enough where it's like, well, you've got what you need.
You've got space, you've got
everything you need.
toilets.
Well, it's not fancy.
Aye, of course.
You've got what you need. Like, why should we cater to you that much? Like, we're trying to win a game.
For me, it's the same as like in Newcastle Jets having their games on a Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Aye.
Because they know.
Yeah, they're saying we're travelling out your way every week, you know.
And they know, like, you're raging, driving there, like, trying to drive back.
To be fair, I do think the warm-up area, I think everyone should have a decent warm-up area though. I think the warm-up area is a stitch-up. If you can't warm up properly, it's just it's no ideal. You can get warm, but I just feel like you need a touch of the ball.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a stitch-up. But I think a lot of things like field dimensions, length of the grass, changing rooms, it's your own pitch. You can
do what you want.
Yeah. But the warm-up, you should warm up in the same area. You can't be shoving people in random areas, man. Funny, but stitch-up, man. Okay, so what about your game, mate? That was a Granville Rage game.
We had the bye.
You had a bye.
Quality, 3 points there.
That was the best you've played all year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's pretty much it wrapped up. Obviously, NPL 3, nothing's done and dusted there with the top league, bottom leagues, waste of time. And then top goal scorers, Mitch Cross looks, unless Euro scores 7. There was 7 this weekend. Mitch Cross on 34 goals. Again, I'd love to I need someone who's got records of NPL stuff. Before I spoke to you, mate, about.
Yeah.
So, Mitch Cross, 34 goals. Someone did send a message to us before saying someone scored like 44 goals in NPL in like 19. That was like NSL days, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was using like a can of Coke for a ball or something like that, just like old school football. Do you know what I mean? But in the last, 25 years since 2000.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the records of the top goal scorer, but Euros 29 is phenomenal. I hope he hits 30 would be class for him. Yeah. And then Andre Martins, I think he's going to be there or thereabouts, 25. Is there anyone behind Andre Martins that might catch him? No. See cruising. Mitch Cross on 34. They're going to get 35. So top goal scorer, the women's league's on 42 goals.
42 goals.
It's a lot of goals in the women's league though.
But 42 goals is still.
Massive.
I think the next one is like 25.
42 goals. But to be fair, mate, Mitch Cross on 34.
I know.
It's not too far off.
It's not far off at all. But I say no, Bankstown City Lions NPL. That's decent. I just saw that and I thought, oh, give her a wee shout out.
Aye, brilliant.
42 goals.
The women's league is there more. Do they play? Is this season longer? Does they start later, don't they?
No, it finishes this weekend as well.
It finishes, okay.
Yeah.
So they've got less games in the
less
league.
games.
Interesting. Who won the NPL one there? Do you know?
No, I could check. Right. I don't know if it's actually been decided yet.
Well, fair play to Mitch Cross, he's probably going to be the champion top goal scorer this year, superb. And then Chaz, Champagne Fives.
Champagne Fives is heating up nicely.
Champagne Fives heating up very nicely because we've got we're sponsored out our tips here on this desk. We've got Lightweight Athletic, massive shout out to Lightweight Athletic. They've been absolutely superb. Some of their marketing team and their social media team have got some phenomenal promo videos lined up. Oh, you need to be involved in them, mate, because it's your captains. Some of them are tremendous ideas. They'll be class, so that'll be, if you're involved in Champagne Fives, you'll be part of some really cool videos that they're making. But registrations, have you spoke to us tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm going to hang it again, yeah.
We'll leave that for now.
We'll leave that for now, and even this is, we're still waiting. I was just hopeful when I wrote this.
So after party's pretty much locked in.
Yeah,
it's like 99.9% locked in, but it's somewhere that's very close to Fraser Park where we're playing, where the event's going to be held place. It's about a 15-minute walk?
Yep, 15-minute walk.
And a few minute drive, hopefully not too many people are driving, so you can have a few beers. And yeah,
looking at pitch sponsors. So if anyone wants to, the event's going to be streamed live on YouTube. So we're looking at.
It'll be streamed live on YouTube, but we've got a meeting with somebody who potentially his expertise is streaming football.
Yeah.
So he might be able to make it even better than.
Yeah. So we're looking at the people opportunity to sponsor pitches. If they, as I said, basically get their name on a pitch. So say pitch 2 becomes the Falls 9 Threads Arena or something along those lines. So yeah, that's...
Or the RPG demolition.
The RPG demolition.
You want to give the winner a discount, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Just mention Champagne Football and you get 10% discount, mate.
Oh, that's standard, that.
So if any, if the Peen wanted put a demolition contract in for the stadium,
demolition skip bins.
demolition skip bins, 10% off if you mention Champagne Football.
Absolutely.
To Jaws, what a fucking deal that is.
The women's NPL quickly. MacArthur Rams are on 53 points and Appy are on 51 going into the last round of games.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, and they play each other.
Oh, class.
So that's a big game. Sunday at Appy are at home. So the winner of that game will win the league.
Right, we'll wrap up Champagne Fives again. It's everything's pretty much locked in. Some boys have picked their kit, some people have put their team name in.
You've picked your kit, you have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Aye. What colour did you go?
We've gone the pink.
The pink one, did you? Aye. Lovely.
Nice. Yeah.
The one base team picked is good.
Aye, I like it.
That's a nice
There's
kit.
loads, but
Oh, there's 35 kits.
there's loads of nice kits.
Yeah, heaps.
Well, yeah, we've got the Japanese teams locked in.
Yeah.
It's a crack team.
Aye, they're very
They're going to be decent. The Japanese team, Tech.
Japanese national team.
Okay, we'll go for the Hashi.
On the NPL Japanese boys, we've got a team in, locked in. That'll be pretty good. So we've got, so teams are locked in, pitches locked in, everything pretty much good to go. There's so much good shit happening there, so if you're not going to be involved in the event, obviously quite a lot of people listening are involved in it, but come down to watch. There's going to be a few things for charity going on as well, some awards and prizes you can win if you're even spectator. There's a bar there, there'll be food there. So it'll be a big NPL event, so coaches, managers, fans of NPL, parents of players in NPL, all welcome down. There'll be lots going on around about the pitch as well, so all be welcome. We'll have more details on what's involved there, but make sure you're getting involved. And like Chaz said, there's 3 opportunities to sponsor. We've already got some main sponsors with Red Bull, BN Sports and Lightweight Athletic and Deploy, but if there's anyone who wants to actually sponsor the pitches, which are going to be probably big events, will be mentioned a fair amount throughout the day, and we'll see if we can do more for you, but you can have your branding around the pitch as well. Get in touch with us on Instagram at Champagne Football. And that's pretty much it for Champagne Fives, isn't it?
Yep, now we are on to the main event. George, Issa, thanks for coming on, mate. We do appreciate
Thanks for having me, mate. Appreciate it.
So we're going to start at the beginning with you, mate.
Well, this is a lengthy one, this, isn't it?
It was a long career we've got. Start at the beginning. Tell us where you get brought up and how your love affair with football started, mate.
Mate, well, I grew up in the Western Sydney, in the suburbs of Marylands. Played for a local club at the age of 4, so just kicked about there. As I got a bit older, I went to Parramatta Eagles.
Oh, they were big at the time, eh?
Yeah, they were very big. So did my youth through Parramatta Eagles and Bankstown City Lions, so it was in between those.
Yeah. So was that 1950?
Yeah. Mate, it's that far back that my memory is a bit vague, so please forgive me, eh? No, but I had a good run. So yeah, youth between Parramatta Eagles and Bankstown City Lions. 16s was Melita, had a good run there, went undefeated the whole season, minor premiers, champions and champions, but lost the grand final.
What was it? What age group was that?
16. So that was 16, it was like youth league, like back then.
Yeah,
so.
okay. Champion, I like the Champions of Champions.
Yeah.
That's every club.
Yeah.
So basically the winners of each league. I think that's a great, obviously association football, but I think that's class. It's just goes on a bit long, doesn't it? I think it goes on about November.
Yeah.
That's quite long because I suppose a lot of those clubs don't start association till like
April, May.
March, April, aye. Sorry mate, that's decent.
But yeah, that was pretty much my youth, it was between Bankstown and Melita.
What was it? So what was that called? Was it called NPL?
Youth league. It was just youth league, back then. I think it was like youth league, Division 1, Division 2, and then so forth,
And then, so, interested in the development of it kind of over time, so you spent some time coaching as well, with the kids. What's different now in terms of
technology, resources, a lot more available to what we have now, to what we had back then. But yeah.
More clubs as well?
More clubs, more clubs. But other than that, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
And then you Bankstown City Lions. When you were
18s, I did 18. So yeah, that was went under 18s to Bankstown City Lions, and then yeah, that's where pretty much my senior football took off from there.
Brilliant. So you made your first team debut on your 18th birthday.
I did. It's a bit of a funny story. So I got the call up. I was training, and Emilio Todorowski was the head coach at the time. He was a player coach for the first grade, and
That's Colo's dad.
Cole's dad.
Yeah,
So I owe him a lot because he had a big involvement throughout my career. So I thank him very much. But yeah, he come up to me at training under 18s and said, "You're going to be with the first grade team this weekend, and we're playing at Central Coast." And I'm like, "Shit, it's my 18th birthday. I've already invited 100 people there. How can I do it? You know, I've got to play." So I took the opportunity and went up. My eldest brother Rob was in the first grade team already. So we got to the game, not thinking anything of it, and he said to me, he named me in the starting lineup. But to do that, he benched my brother Rob and put me in the starting lineup. So it was a bit of a funny one, and I played that game. I scored 2 goals. We won.
Oh wow.
It was an unbelievable. I'll never ever forget it. It was the best feeling that a player could have coming through.
Yeah.
So I was buzzing. Meanwhile, back in Sydney, the party's going at my place. So you know, so we pretty much took the freeway back and got there about 10:30.
Yeah.
And then the party just continued. The whole team came back, and the rest is history. So,
Late night, I take it.
absolutely. Mate, one I'll never forget, you know, and I'm sure a lot of other people and would say the same story. It was just, he benched my brother for me, and everything worked out perfectly.
How was the drive back?
Oh mate, I was buzzing. He was buzzing for me. Yeah, he's one of my best mates. My brother Rob is champion. So yeah, that was my debut.
That's interesting. That's funny.
Yeah.
You missed your party for it.
Yeah, but I was we made it there. They didn't miss it. They were drinking and having fun.
Just at a party, it's 8:30 to 10:30, a few berries, and then all of a sudden at 10:30, 20 lads steaming, all buzzing to win it, and the Puffy boys just scored 2. But
That's true.
it's kick on.
Yeah, no, good memories, that's for sure.
So what league was that in? At that point?
That was, I think, the Super League at the time. So,
And it was the NSL, and then the Premier League was.
yeah, NSL, Premier League, Super League, yeah.
Right. Okay. That's what I was asking. And
Yeah.
then you went. So you were at Bankstown City Lions there for 4 years, 1998 to 2002.
Correct, yeah.
And then you went to Sydney Crescent Star.
Sydney Crescent Star, yes. So they were a Turkish-based club.
Yeah.
They weren't around for too long, so it was a new club that invested in coaches, bringing them in from Turkey, and invested in a lot of players from here. But I don't think it succeeded and went too well. They were in the league for a year or two in the Premier League, and yeah, it pretty much just closed down.
And how was your time there?
Where were the base? What area?
Lidcombe Oval. So Lidcombe Oval. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It was okay. It wasn't too bad.
Is there any
you know.
Turkish teams in NPL? There's quite a big community in Sydney, Turkish.
Yeah. I
I
don't
don't think there is there?
Turkish.
Is there any teams that are Turkish back then?
There was around the Orban community. There
Just
were
now?
back in the day.
Is there
At
any
the moment,
others?
not so much.
No,
Not that I know of. In the higher leagues.
No, not there.
Yeah.
Surprising.
And then from there you went Hajduk Wanderers.
Hajduk Wanderers, yeah.
Mad random team.
Hajduk Wanderers had merged with Mounties.
Oh.
So that's where probably the Wanderers come from.
Ah, right.
So yeah, so Hajduk had a good fair few years there at Hajduk.
Did they play out at Cook Park?
No, St John's Park, their home ground was. It's now covered with a reception lounge and a car park, so that field's gone. Yeah, so but yeah, had good time, good memories. Played with some good boys there, so
Yeah.
it was
and then
good.
you done your knee there?
I did my knee, not while playing soccer.
Oh.
So yeah.
Is that proposing to your missus?
No, no. To be fair, I was playing OzTag on a random night and went to sidestep a player and Yeah, the ACL went, so put me back there.
Oh, but on that note, just want to say,
Oh yeah.
big recovery to Robbie Speranza, who's done his ACL again.
Yeah.
Just came back midway through the season and done it again, so sorry he's done that, but I'm sure he'll be back. And you'll probably see it on Instagram, we've put about 1,000 videos up that he's returning.
And he'll still be in good nick, no top on in any of the photos.
Yeah.
Oh mate, that's a nightmare. So how was the recovery from that?
It was good. I obviously did the proper rehab, all the physio, the strengthening up the leg. It was a slow process, a bit of a tough time going through. Am I going to come back and play again or what so? But I put in the work, I put in the effort, and I came back pretty strong. So
How long are you out for?
almost a year, just about a year.
I mean, I don't know how much, I'm assuming in 17, 18 years the ACL recovery process is got a little bit, but it still is about 10 months, 8 to 10 months for an ACL return.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be too much different.
Do you think that's the hardest thing in football, getting injured? Like trying to get yourself back in a...
I think a long injury can ruin, I think it can ruin people, definitely. I think I was out for, when I had a hip injury, I was out for 10 months. But I think a big part of it is the support you have round about it, isn't known for a fact the physiotherapists you've got or the sports team, doctor, whatever you've got round about you, is you believe in it.
Yeah.
Obviously when I done mine I was in America and I was getting fucking tossed all over the place, and about 6 months until month 6, where I eventually got taken to a place that was like superb.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, if I had this on month 1, the first 6 months would have been so much fucking easier.
Yeah.
So I think if you have that from the start, it's never going to be easy, is it? Let's be honest, man. Especially if it's your second time. A big injury, like you look at like some Michael Owen, remember he done his hammy and then he'd done it again, and he just came back not long after. I think that's really tricky, man. But I don't know. I think not playing in general is probably the worst part, even if you're not injured.
But I think for me, the footballers, people that play football will most likely be relatively active in
life,
in general. Taking away the ability to be active as well as the ability to play football.
Well, especially at this level, because you're like, say you work, so say you're doing your ACL tomorrow, you have to run your RPG construction, 10% off champagne football. If you go to that, as soon as your head goes, obviously you think, fuck, missing football, but within 35, 40 minutes, shit, I've got what tomorrow? Shit, I've got this, and your head starts to go out. I need to look after, see, you've got a young kid. Yeah. How am I supposed to, and you start worrying about your missus, like, fucking, how's she going to manage to do this and this? And it becomes a burden. You start worrying about even the burden people. Most other people are not going to think, oh fuck, he's a burden, but they're just going to, you forget all the knock-on effect of that full time.
Well, I'll let you know how that goes, because I'm going to be going through that process again. I've got children now, and I'm going to have a shoulder reconstruction and a knee replacement. So I'll let you know how I go. We're juggling 3 kids, a wife, and work. So.
What happened to your shoulder?
We'll come to that. Yeah, just pretty much I went into a challenge and I got hit, but as I fell, I put my hand down and the player had fallen on top, so it tore ligaments in there. And I didn't do the proper rehab, so it started growing started growing in the wrong places. So so it didn't heal properly. I've lost all strength in it, and obviously got to have surgery now to fix it.
Oh, that's a nightmare, mate. Yeah. Hear that. So you returned to the pitch in 2007 at Liverpool Bossy.
Yes. Liverpool Bossy is where SD Raiders play out of now.
Oh, Ernest Smith.
Yeah, it's at Ernest Smith Reserve.
Like Bossy Park, is that Bossy men?
No, Ernest Smith Reserve.
What does Bossy mean?
It was a Bosnian club.
Bosnian club?
Bosnian club,
nice.
So it was a great club to play for too. We had a big crowd, probably 1,000 people.
What level was that?
Super League.
Super League.
So this is one thing that confused me, because when Flea was on, I was the same, trying to work out, because obviously different eras. So how has the NPL evolved, like leagues to league? So when you were coming through, it was called Youth League?
Yes, Youth League.
That was like
youth. That was the highest thing that could be the NPL
1.
Yeah.
So Youth League was NPL 1.
And then
Division 1, Division 2.
Yeah.
So what's Super League?
Super League was, so you had the Premier League, so you had NSL, Premier League, Super League, and then Division 1.
So NSL was National State League?
Yes, that was the top.
So State League, Premier League, Super League?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So what's Super League now, equivalent to now?
NPL 3.
Right, okay. So NSL was NPL 1?
Yes.
NPL, yeah, like in NPL. So the Premier League was the NPL, like the Marconi now. The Super League was your like League One.
Oh, okay.
Right, so but NSL was like A-League?
A-League, yes. NSL was the A-League.
Ah, okay. NSL was A-League.
Yeah.
Premier League was NPL 1.
Super League?
Super League, NPL 2.
And then what was NPL 3? There's no NPL 3?
No.
Nah.
Just, yeah.
Just guys in the back garden taking the ball about.
So that was Liverpool Bossy were in...
Liverpool Bossy. So Millie Todorowski was coaching there. That's how I got to that club.
Right.
So obviously he pretty much, where he went, I sort of followed with him, you know. Yeah. So he pretty much took me to every club that he went to.
So how did you feel going back on the pitch after the game?
I was excited. I was buzzing.
Were you shitting yourself?
You always had that fear. Am I going to do it? Is it going to be the same?
Yeah.
Was I ever the same player I was before I had that injury? Probably not.
Fucking done alright, mate.
Yeah.
What age were you when you done the ACL? how old were you?
Man, I was young, probably over 20-something years ago now.
I mean,
so, yeah.
And you've not had any issues with that knee since?
Now, all the cartilage is gone now, so bone to bone.
You played most of this season, haven't you?
Yeah, I started off well this year. Back end of the year, it's given me a lot of grief, a lot of pain, but credit to the boys and my teammates, you know, they've helped me. They've carried me through the back end of the year and supported me mentally as well. So I thank them a lot, you know. So
class. And you were just at Bossy for 1 year?
2 years, yeah, 2 years.
Seasons, right? Okay.
The second year we won the grand final, so it was a big achievement for the club.
Brilliant.
You know.
So that is now SD Raiders effectively?
Yeah, I think they again folded and possibly SD Raiders took over their facility and that there. Okay. Yeah, so probably no affiliation there, but.
So a lot of clubs it seems have had their time folded.
That's funny, every club that I've been to is a bit of a pattern, they're all folding. No, so yeah.
And then you went back to Bankstown City Lions?
After that, yeah, so I had a great season at Liverpool Bossy. Grand final, I got man of the match in that game. From there, I copped a phone call off a mate that was at Bankstown City, George Nora.
Yeah.
And he goes, look, you got to come to Bankstown, you know, we want you there. That's when Secker and Flea were there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And at that time, Millie Todorowski was going to Rockdale Suns, and he wanted me to go with him there. So I was a bit torn in going to the two clubs. Rockdale were in a lower league at the time. Yeah. So, you know, I pretty much chose to go to Bankstown at that time, you know. Yeah. I think that year that Millie went to Rockdale, they got promoted into the top league.
So you played against them?
No, I didn't. No. Yeah, but you know, I had a great experience at Bankstown. Like I said, I got a soft spot for them. You know, they're a great club, great people around them. Secker and Flea were amazing. Yeah. You know, great coaches, and it shows to where they are today at Marconi. You know, in the top league. You know, champion blokes and you know, getting the best out of their boys, you know. Yeah. So full credit to those boys.
And then you went to another team who I'm assuming is no longer around, Fairfield City Lions.
Correct, no longer around. So Fairfield City Lions were out the back, right near Melita Stadium, which now have merged, or they got the licence, which is Rockdale City. That's where Rockdale got it. So they merged. So Rockdale took the licence off Fairfield City Lions. Yeah, okay. So the last year we won it. We won the competition there, and that was the last year they folded. Rockdale took their licence into the league, so that's how Rockdale come about.
And were they St Joseph's at that point?
I think they could have been. They were St Joseph's, and then it was like Rockdale, and that's how Rockdale Lions. They kept the Lions from Fairfield City Lions. And that's how they came about. They merged into that and created Rockdale Lions. But yeah, that there was a very special year for me. You know, I played with my brother Rob.
Played with him?
With him, yeah, in the middle. We battled together and we won the grand final. We lifted the trophy together. So that was a very special memory for me, you know.
Did you take his spot again?
Yeah. If I was to have anyone on my team, it would be him, you know. He's got the biggest heart. He battles. He'll do anything. He always puts himself before others, you know.
What position did he
He was next to me in the middle.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, but as you get older, you slowly start creeping back into the middle. I started off as a right midfield, right wing back, running up and down that flank, but slowly coming back into the middle where I'm doing minimal running now.
So old school sweeper. Sweeper possession, sit behind the defenders, just get rid of the ball.
That's me at the moment. Is like trying to win the ball and just releasing it. Let the young boys do the run, you know.
But you get a bit into it. It's funny because you don't have as much energy, but you've got the brain.
Yeah.
So you see things a little bit sharper, so you don't have to move as much, especially if you're going down the levels as well, so it sort of balances out a wee bit. Fraser Park after that?
Yeah, went to Fraser Park again. Miller was the coach there, so went there with him, and that's had a good year there, and that's where I did my shoulder. So
you had one season there before you did your shoulder.
Yeah, just had a season there and did the shoulder, and at that time I was getting married, or preparing to get married, so I took that time off, and that's probably where I started looking into a bit of coaching at that time.
Yeah, because that's where we met you.
Yeah.
So was that 2017?
17, yeah.
Okay.
I said, I fucking hell.
Aye, that's what we did this years ago, man.
Jesus Christ.
So that's I was just wrote here, was it caused a break in play when you started coaching?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy coaching?
I did. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed coaching. We coached the SAP at Granville Rage, so had good young boys. Obviously, coaching has its downfalls, but with kids, the hardest thing for me was the parents. Dealing with the parents and trying to give everyone equal shit, like game time and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, I was copping headaches, phone calls, which I didn't need. I was there trying to help the kids, trying to let them have a bit of fun and, give everyone a fair go. But everything that comes with it, I just wasn't ready for it at the time.
Some parents are bonkers. There's some are bonkers. I mean, some are golden, but some think they're taking their son to the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Like, mate, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 6 aside. The guy's 7. Can't fuck down.
I just don't understand, if a parent's taking their kid to play football and the coach decides this week that wee Johnny's only playing for 5 minutes, the coach has got a reason for playing wee Johnny for 5 minutes.
I suppose it depends on the age. The difficulty with that depends on the age. If you've got a wee guy at 6 years old only playing 5 minutes, you're like, come on man, he has to be playing football.
Oh, of course.
But if he's 14, 15 and he's just pish, he's not playing because he's pish, mate.
That's it.
Or he's been an arsehole, or he's bad attitude,
Yeah,
or whatever it is,
absolutely.
and then, or he just has to work his way to the team, or the person in front of him better. That's when he starts becoming realistic.
For me, it's all learning. So these moments are opportunities for the kids to learn that things aren't always fair. Things don't always go your way.
The coach might be an arsehole, that's fine. You're going to go to a workplace, your gas might be an arsehole.
It's all lessons. So just let the coach be. But as you say, parents are on the phone. Why is this? Why is that? Why is that? Well, because I say so. Ultimately, do you know what I mean?
That's the thing with any sport, whether it be football, AFL, whatever it might be. People it's your choice. You don't want to be here. Go to another club and find another coach. You don't like the coach. That's what I always say to your players. At that age, anyway, young ones, SAP. I'd say they're probably better going somewhere where the coach is good, as opposed to just going for a club name. Yeah. Because you could go to I've seen what's a big club at that age. Who knows at that age what's a big club is, but if the coaching's crap, you're effectively wasting time just to say, I've got such a polo shirt, look at the club I play for. Yeah. But you're not playing much, or they don't like the coach, you don't really learn much. But if you're at a club and you might be losing some games, but you're getting lots of game time, the coach is really good, he's putting in the work, because there's so many coaches who put a lot of fucking time and effort in it. Yeah. It doesn't matter what level, it's association or NPL. There's a lot of coaches who are at NPL, SAP and that, who don't put a lot of hours in, and they're just in it, jobs for the boys. Yeah. That's the reality of it. So I think that younger players definitely picking the right coach to work under. Hard to know on the surface of things, because you need to think of where are my mates playing, how close is it to my house, etc.
I think that's a massive one.
Of course it is massive, man.
Travel.
For parents, man.
For parents,
very difficult.
It becomes a stress, so that when the parent arrives, they're already
they've just finished work.
Stressed. They've finished work, they've had to fight with the traffic for 45 minutes to get somewhere, and then wee Johnny starts crying about something, the parents raging, like it's the end of the world. Whereas if it's 5 minutes round the corner, it's like, you're calm, you go, and it's
tricky, but you're limited with that, aren't you? Demographics. Unless you're really good and you've got really good options.
You can go wherever you want.
But youth football is a fucking absolute minefield.
Yeah, I agree.
Fucking minefield, man. It's like, that's a topic That's a podcast series. It's fucking mad.
So that's what you're going to do now, is you're going to go and start coaching?
What I'm going to do now is probably put my focus into my son, you know, and
Does he play?
yeah, he just started playing under 7, so...
And you're complaining he only played 5 minutes of the weekend, weren't you?
Pardon?
You were complaining that he only played 5 minutes of the weekend. It's a fucking joke, this.
It could be me, I could be that parent now.
It must be hard. Do you see, you hear a lot of professionals on podcasts or TV and they say, my son plays, I think it was Jimmy Carragher I was listening to, he was saying that he doesn't say anything. I think his son actually plays, I think he's actually...
That's a good level, aye.
I think he just signed for somebody recently, but he just says, but if you didn't know who Jimmy, obviously Jimmy Carragher's a big example, people know who he is in the UK, but if you didn't, he's just standing there and you're that mad parent in the sideline going toe and toe, and you've got like a professional football player standing right next to you, and you're like, oh my god.
What are you doing?
Don't know, like who's there? Who did we have? We had somebody... Oh, Moravchik, remember Moravchik's son?
Yeah,
Lubo Moravchik was... played for Celtic, but Zidane said... Basically Zidane named him in his top 5 best players ever. He was a Slovakian, wasn't he? Moravchik? Ridiculously good, ridiculously. He came to Celtic right at the end of his career. He's one of those guys that just floated about Europe, nobody really paid much attention, but he was bow-footed, phenomenal. But his son, Mateus, he played for Celtic at the time, and I remember Lubo had went to a few games, but he just sat there with his hood up, cap on, but he was fucking unreal, man. But his son wasn't great, he was decent, but he was only in there because his dad was. But you could imagine parents on the sideline going mental, and you've just got this guy standing watching the sideline who's different gear, man, who doesn't say anything, and you've got the maddies in the corner going mental. It's a mad topic. It's a crazy topic. Well, looking back at your career, mate, so you stepped back out of coaching and started to go back into football.
Yes.
But you went to over 35s.
Over 35s, yeah. So I had a friend of mine reach out to me, Sal Zulo, and you guys were putting an over 35s team together. Do you want to have a run? And I was like, yeah, no worries, I'll give it a crack, you know. And I got back playing with them and just being around the boys again, around the football, and you know, obviously we ended up winning the title there and champions of champions, and we got all the trophies and all the medals, so just had that fire and that hunger again to come back and play, you know. It just brought back the love of the game.
It's a changing room.
It is, mate. There's nothing better than the change room, I tell you. It's unbelievable, and that's one thing that's kept me going is the boys, like over the years, you know. And I think every single one of you boys and the players that I played with and against, you know, and that's what the community of soccer is. There's no better feeling, you know. It just puts you on a natural high throughout the moments, you know. It's a special feeling that no one that doesn't play football wouldn't understand, you know.
I think that's this podcast about getting the NPL community together, because everyone's got shit going on in their life, man. They've all got fucking families and fucking madness going on, problems here and there, full-time work and this, but when you get to training, playing, coaching, whatever you're doing, man, it's just the fucking best, man.
Everything just goes, like everything that's like you get to football and all the problems are gone.
Well, I think it's funny when it's always like, so say you've finished work and you're like a bit knackered and you're like, fuck training, man, I'm shattered. And even if you came home first night, you had a bite to eat, and it's getting a bit darker, especially once you're like, oh, I need to go to training, man. You see when you're driving back home to training.
Oh, unbelievable, you're buzzing. It's that release they give you. It's unbelievable. It's funny, like, just touch off the subject there, but it just brought back to my dad, you know. It affects people watching the game as well, you know. Like after my brother lost the 5-1 last Friday against Spartans, he was cooking. He was like, bro, my weekend's wrecked, I've had a shit weekend, he's arguing with my mum. Like, you know, but it's amazing how it affects other people. It puts them on a high just watching and supporting as well, you know. So.
And that is level, that's what people take it for granted. Like, doesn't matter, you can have bad mouth any level, association football, NPL football, whatever it is, doesn't have to be elite football. Like the amount of dedication, effort and love people have for grassroots or local football is mental, man.
And the amount of people are invested in it.
Emotionally invested, like, especially a lot of people we speak to in Australia, a lot of people I speak to in Australia, they support a club but they don't, probably a bit extreme statement, but I don't see them as real supporters. When I say I support Newcastle, never been to a game, missed quite a lot of the games.
Yeah,
but they favour them. Like, okay, fair dues, you want them to do well. But realistically, they've been with the same NPL club for 15 years. I'm like, that's who you support, man. Like, you lot, like, if they lose, you're devastated, you're raging. Newcastle lose, it's like, oh, whatever. But a big gate this weekend against Mounties. I mean, they're buzzing for that. Yeah. Really, that affects them, which affects their misses, which affects people in a bad mood and blah, blah, blah. And
that's not getting
fucking nuts.
We'll get match of the round or whatever, and it's on NPL TV or on YouTube. So my mum will phone me, I'll finish if it's on the thing. My mum will phone, and I'm still in the changing room, so I'll phone her back in the car. How you doing? I'm not good. No, what's wrong? So I was so stressed. I had to turn it off. I'm just playing football. She was like, oh no, but then, and she goes through the game, and again, she's on the other side of the world. But that investment in it, just because she knows that I'm playing, it's mad.
I love it, man. I think that, like, it doesn't matter if it's even pub football, man. See that getting together, like you said, all the boys are like over 35s. Yeah. As soon as you're just all the lads having a bit of banter, maybe go for a pint after it, or like end of season trip, all that stuff. That to me is absolute gold, man. Fucking brilliant, man. And then obviously game day. The shit bit's training, I hate training, man. Only because it's just like I think to get through the game. Game day's the best, man. Or a game of football, training, they go, right, we'll finish off a game. Brilliant.
Or the wee, you get 3 teams of 6 or 3 teams of 7, you're playing a wee 7-a-side
tournament.
Short
side.
Mini World Cups,
they're the best, Champion 5s.
They're getting right under people's skins.
The wind-ups are
brilliant, man. You know Tim?
Tim Wilfield, yeah.
He's the best, right?
To get wound up?
Oh my god, mate. Like, one thing. I could turn up to him, play a bad pass, and be like, Timmy, I saw that. And you see him, and he's like, his jaw starts going, and he's like a wee chew in the inside of his mouth, and as soon as you're in, it's brilliant.
Do you just get fines for dummy spits?
Aye. Tim's on probably a fortune.
Backmans was bad for dummy spits when he first came to us, but he
quickly.
Oh, I think he says it. When he first came, his head would go, and then he's settled in as he went. But he was good for dummy spits. But he's always that person you can wind up dead quickly. Probably Richie Dark, funny on training on Thursday. I had to jump into training with the royal assistant as a
You trained?
The last 20 minutes jumped in, obviously. They needed some demos, so they just got me in. We'll do that tactical thing. So me and my assistant jumped in, just centre half. So I was, you know, it's like, see, you're at the start, like, see me playing in the resi team basically, and like, you know, the focus is on the actual playing team. It's a bit of, you're usually just defending, you're running about chasing things. So I'm just obviously stepping in to help the gaffer it, and then I'm going to try and keep it interesting for myself. So I'm like to Richie's playing as a 9. I'm like, mate, I think you'll score tonight. And he's like, score tonight? The weekend? And I was like, no, tonight you'll score against me tonight. And he's like, starts laughing, he's like, bro, I'll watch this, I'll score. I was like, there's no chance you're scoring. I'm not a centre half, I'm like, there's no chance you're scoring, mate. So then he looks at one of the boys, he's like, give me the ball, next time I'll get the ball. I'm like, mate, tell you what, even if you hit a shot on target, I'll give you a win. You get a shot on target. In my head, I think he's going to fucking stick one in the top bin in 2 seconds, but mate, kept going to him. And then game starts. Doesn't really get a ton of the ball to start with, but then he gets the ball, he turns, and I'm shouting at him as he's got the ball. Oh, he goes, no, don't shake the bed. He scuds it wide. So I'm like, oh, I start winding him up, mate. Like, big nets, mate, silver thing, trying to hit those goalposts. And he started laughing. He's like, I'll score, bro, I'll score. So then gets to the halfway, like 15, 20 minutes game, the gaffer goes, okay, rest. And then I'm like, winding up Richie. I'm like, mate, just keep at it, mate, you'll be alright, sort of winding him up. And then what happens at half time, gaffer's like that. Richie just swapped bibs with the other night. And she's like, oh no, you've killed me. It's gone, man. He took it with him. That's the best bit of training. That fight. Man. Class. Right, so Granville Rage, obviously that's pretty much been your home for the last little while.
Yes.
So how did it come about though, going from over 45?
So I did the over 35s, and then obviously speaking to my mate Sal, so I put it forward, why don't you go back and play in the NPL with the boys, you know? And I was like, I just said, you know what, I'll give it a crack and see how I go. And I went there and started training with them, and ever since, loved it, matched it. I still like had the drive, I still had the hunger, the passion, and the desire to play. So because it's one of them that you, in my head, I couldn't imagine someone going and playing over 35s
and then coming back and being like, I'm going to go back and play NPL football?
I don't know if that says a lot about you or a lot about NPL. I mean, NPL 3 is a funny league, because it's a very mixed bag.
Yeah.
Like, you get lads in there who are hard good, like really good, who shouldn't be playing NPL 3. Like Mitch Cross should be playing NPL 2. You can't be scoring 34 goals in a league. Scoring, and like Todd Rossi still probably go NPL 2 and score goals. There'll be a lot of players. Alan McKee's came for NPL 2 last year. There'll be a lot of boys around that league, but then you've got some boys who are in it for, not for a jolly, but
it's serious enough without being too serious.
Yeah, there's a lot of decent players in there, man. There's a lot of good teams, a lot of competitive teams, but like anywhere been in the NPL is a very solid level. You know what I mean? I think it's anyone that's playing it, even in the NPL 2, he's got good quality about him, you know. So
I know somebody who. So you playing NPL 3 with Granville Rage at what, 37, 36?
Yeah.
Like, how comfortable were you?
I was a lot more comfortable there. I'll be honest with you, like my age, I never really looked at it, you know. Until now, I look back and say, shit, you know.
I can't believe when somebody said, when he said, oh, maybe get George Issa on the podcast, and he's still at Granville Rage, and I knew that Granville Rage, but I thought you were like 37 now, I think, or 43.
I don't know, the boys kept me young, the change room,
it's a nice thing. Like, it's not talking about football, but it's a nice thing.
Well, like 19, 20-year-old lads in the changing room. Do you know what I mean? Young lads in the changing room.
Yeah, it's
like you know, and then I was a bit of a not father figure, but the older brother of the team, you know. And I'm there for everyone, and every boy that or person I played with knows I'll do anything for them. I'll die for you on that field, you know. Or if even outside of football, if they had an issue, you know, I'm there for you, you know. So the soccer's a massive part of my life, you know, and something I can give back to them is just being there for you, or you know, and I'm always there, and you make your lifelong friends out of football.
That's true.
Out of soccer, you know, like, or, you know, through business, you come across someone that's played, you know, soccer, and you start that, you know, so soccer opens up so many different windows and avenues and everything, and it's a big community, and I massive thanks to Football New South Wales for it, mate. You know.
You try to get a job.
Meeting Valentine demolition. So, see when you went back to play in the NPL, did you think you'd still be there now?
I didn't really think about it, to be honest, but yeah, like I said, I'm blessed to still be there now. Granville Rage, great club, you know, great people involved, you know, with Vic, Daniel Bortolazzo, you know, head coach Greg Carluccio, and all the people in the background, you know, like no politics, just a good club. It brings back the love of the game for a lot of people, you know, like you just go there, you play, you give your best.
Have they got any like cultural background at Granville Rage?
They got an Italian background, Italian background, yeah. But you know, they're investing a lot in the club. You know, we've obviously trying to bring in better players like Tomic and Todorowski, Azmi, Kaddic.
How's Tomic been this year?
Yeah, he's been great. He's been good for the change room, helping a lot of the young boys. You know, passing on his experience
he's a good player.
to the boys. Yeah, he's quality.
Very good player.
You know, and the club's got big ambitions, you know, to obviously get up in the leagues and invest, and there's some big things coming over the next couple of years, I feel, for the club, you know.
And it's good because that's what Collie said as well. The same thing about good people, like it was made him almost love football again, get back into it.
And over the time at Granville Rage, or in fact even your whole career, what's some of the highlights?
Your 18th birthday.
The highlights for me, absolutely that. Obviously winning the championships. The Premiership at Bankstown, obviously gaining promotion in the Premier League, that was a big one. Holding the trophy with my brother Rob, that was unbelievable. But most of all was, I don't know, just meeting so many incredible people along the way, and making so many friendships along the way was more special to me. You know, That were big highlights for me. Is obviously winning your championships, promotion. That's all a given, you know, for anyone that plays. You always want to win the title, you know. But the brotherhood and the brothers and friends that I've made along the way has made it so much better.
Have you been relegated?
Have I?
Have I been relegated?
To be honest, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well,
even I finished last in NPL 3 for.
Okay. That's worse than being relegated.
But there's no relegation. So there's that there. I felt it, and it hurts to be on the bottom. As much as you want, you know, like you're gutted, you know, but unfortunately, you know, it is what it is. It's football.
Yeah, I think it's obviously you're talking about the relationship we have with other people. I think it's a big testament to you, the comments and stuff that we've had about you coming on, being like great guy. Everything's about you being such a good person to have around the changing room and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's obviously it means a hell of a lot to you, the relationships that you've built, but it also means a lot to other people, mate. So
I appreciate
it's only
that.
one way.
I thought of that until I met him today. No, mate, that's the nicest guy in football. Up there, top 5 nicest guys in NPL football, 100%, mate.
Thank you, bro.
What about best teammates you've had?
Mate, honestly, I've had so many across the years. You know, it's really hard just to pick the boys out, but. You know, everyone that I've come across, I've always had a special connection with. So it's very hard for me to say this player, you know. Like, shout out to every single player that I played with, you know. Shout out to everyone that I've come across, you know, played against. And I just can't thank them enough, mate, you know. Like, it's very hard, very hard for me to give individual players, mate.
What about even the best player you played with? What about that? The best player you played against?
Mate, Milja Todorowski would be up there with one of the best. You know, like I've written a couple boys down here, you know, George Nora, Ahmed Elrich. So there's a number of, you know, speaking about Ahmed Elrich, you know, I travelled with him with the Australian Lebanese soccer team to Lebanon.
Did you have?
Wow. Yeah, so we went across there. Robbie Stanton was in the team. Ray Eunice, he's a fitness CEO.
His nephew plays for us.
Yeah. So funny story about Ray Eunice is we were in the team bus going to the game and we were going up a hill and the bus was just struggling getting up that hill. So we made the bus driver stop, so he started running up the hill himself. It was pretty funny, but yeah, it was good times, but a good experience playing over there with the boys.
Australian Lebanese, what
yeah, so there was a group of people that selected like with Lebanese or an Arab culture background, so they selected them to represent Australia.
Yeah.
So we went over there and played all over the country, north, south, east, west.
How'd you go?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty solid. We had a great team.
You took your brother's spot as well, didn't
you? No, he came along with us. He was actually there with me, so he shared a lot of great memories with myself. So.
Have you played against your brothers much?
No.
Never?
Possibly 1 year when my brother Rob went to Macarthur Rams.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but he was on the other side of the pitch, so tried to go over there and double foot him, but couldn't get there.
You were too nice.
And what about the best player you've played against? Is that Elrich? There's names.
Yeah, there's a lot, man, and you know, there's so much quality out there, bro. It's probably too hard for me to even pick one player.
What about best gaffer? If I said, you're going to probably say Todd.
It'd have to be Millie. I'd have to give it to him. I probably played a lot of my career under him, so. You know, and then if I've got to give Greg Carluccio a shout out too, you know, otherwise I won't get a start tomorrow.
You don't want one as captain away.
He's quality. He's great for the change room. He's great for the boys. You know, he's a great guy, great person. So yeah, shout out to Greg. You know, thank you for everything as well, brother.
What about big characters in football? Funny boys, with some funny players you've had?
Yeah, so there's one guy that comes to mind. I was thinking about it on the way here. Is Angelo Cosmatis. He's the goalkeeper coach for Rockdale.
Right. Okay.
He's just a character. He always come to training and gains positive. He always put a smile on everyone's face. just took the piss out of the coach before we come into the change room, and then when he come in, it was all serious, as if nothing happened. All the boys are trying not to laugh. But yeah, there's a lot of good memories there. Ali Akbal, he was another guy. A lot of good, as you know, playing, you come across so many different characters in the change room. Everyone has different personalities. It's
that's class.
Yeah, it's quality, man.
And what's the plan? Obviously, does tomorrow your last game or Friday your last?
Friday will be my last game, yeah. So I obviously had my last home game against Bankstown.
What a way to have your last little...
It was special, and I'll be honest with you, I'm actually content and happy not to play another game after that. It was beautiful. The club organised without me knowing my family to be there.
Oh, nice.
My dad, my wife, my kids. All my brothers were there. Friends. It was special, man. It was touching. It made me cry, like coming onto the pitch, and I want to choke up now talking about it again. But like coming out of the change room, they created like a tunnel, clapping me on. I got to carry my kids, walk them onto the pitch. It was just a special moment, something that lived with me forever. I didn't start that game. I came off the bench, but got the opportunity to take a penalty in the 91st minute.
How did you feel?
To be honest, I felt calm.
Yeah.
I felt calm. I said, you know what? I'm not kicking it left or right. I'm going straight up the middle, and I'm going to wait for the keeper to make the first move. So I just pretty much hit it straight up the guts, mate. And it was just a surreal feeling, Like I hadn't taken a penalty since year 12. So it was like
14 years ago.
Yeah, mate. It was had the whole school there watching me at that time, and I missed 2 penalties in a row, so never took one again after that, mate. So, but yeah, it was a beautiful feeling. And then after that, they took us up to the clubhouse and presented me with a jersey, and the boys gave me a beautiful speech, and we just had a big feed and a drink that night, mate. It was a very special evening. Big shout out to the club, for putting that on for me. It was beautiful, and it'll stay with me forever, mate. It's probably the best memory I've had at the club, so.
Yeah, superb, mate. So after football, just going to be family?
Mate,
family and surgery?
Yeah, so surgery, family is probably the most important thing for me. They've sacrificed so much for myself. My wife's been so supportive of me, and she still pushes me to go, whether she doesn't want me to be around the house or what. But we're still going to find out, when I'm home, annoying her and doing the heading. But But yeah, my main focus is to put into my children first. Take them to training, support them, give them a bit of training one-on-one, and just being a dad, just being a good dad. Being around, supporting my son. Screaming at the.
And the coaches,
the coaches and the refs, and and then obviously in the background helping the club, helping Granville Rage, hopefully they'll have me involved and helping where I can. We're looking to get back to Garside Park this new year, so we haven't had a home ground for the last 5-6 years. Playing out of Lilies, out of Rydalmere Park. So it'd be beautiful to have a home. So hopefully next year, we got a home, we got a fortress.
Yeah.
We're looking to invest in some more players to create. So if anyone looking for a club, hit me up. That's it. No, but yeah, we're trying to build something special there. So and I'm glad to be a part of it. And I'm happy to be a part of the club. Because there is something brewing in the club. So.
Good, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Well, make sure you get your surgeries done after Champagne 5.
I'll probably end up be coaching there, mate. I'll either be in goals or coaching.
Don't go and do it. Don't recommend it.
Oh, it's good you've got a team in, mate, so we'll definitely see you there. One thing Chaz was going to ask you about was the predictions, was in terms of...
Oh, yeah.
Where are we up to date?
It's on the spreadsheet I need to send. So I'm going to send the last round out today.
Where's the league table at now?
The league table is 1 second.
So we've been doing predictions all year for the end of the year, and we've got Dom Costanzo, David Perkovich, Craig Noonan, B. Antonio, Jason Romero and Alan McKee were top 6, and they've been predicting the last 3 rounds so far, and obviously they've done 2 so far, but Chaz is going to give us the scores until the last round to see who's in top.
finals.
Maybe while he's waiting, I can give a thank you to everyone. Is that right?
Of course,
No, I just wanted to say thank you to all my family and friends for their love and support along the way. You know, it's been a long journey for me and a very special journey. So obviously, without their support, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I just want to thank them most importantly, and then obviously the coaches, everyone that I've had along the way. Just want to thank you guys for all your help and support, and obviously all my teammates. You know, that's obviously made it so special for me. You know, so a big shout out to you all, and you know, just keep playing for as long as you can, keep kicking for as long as you can. Don't give it up. You know what I mean? It keeps you disciplined, it keeps you hungry. If you still got that fire in the belly, just keep playing, no matter what level you're at. So just keep going, boys, you know. And obviously Football New South Wales, you know, for making me love the game. So I'm proud and happy to be a part of it. So yeah, man, just a big thank you to everyone, and thank you to you boys for having me on to share this special moment, you know. Thank you.
I bought a champagne for you as well.
Thank you, mate. I drink that now. Thank you very much.
Saying it often, yeah.
What is update on the scores?
Dom Costanzo's in the league, mate.
And how many?
11.
So Dom Costanzo's on 11. Where are we here?
Berko 10.
Okay, I'll read them out. B. Antonio's on 10. Oh, he's up his arse. B. Antonio's on 10. Alan McKee's on 6. Craig Noon's on 9. Dom Costanzo's on 11. David Perkins on 10. Meredith's on 6. So it's fucking tight.
Very tight.
So it's going into the last game. There better not be a draw. We have to go to finals of that.
There you go. Wow.
Well, we'll see who wins it, and in the last round we'll see who goes at top. So Dom's in the lead by 1 ahead of Perko and Bay.
Nice. But yeah, mate, thank you. It was nice for us to kind of share this moment with you. Obviously,
Thank you so much.
A big occasion. Well done in your football career, mate. It sounds class, and thanks for sharing some stories.
Thank you very much, my mate. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Cheers,
Appreciate it, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.